A busy afternoon and evening ahead for Santa Fe City Council. They'll be hearing a couple of big proposals this evening, which KSFR will broadcast live. One of the proposals would create a new code of standards for all new homes to meet if they're being built inside city limits. They have to meet a number of green building criteria, or otherwise they won't get built. Catherine Mortimer from City Hall's Planning Department is on the line. Give us the background on these green building requirements.
Well, it's the Green Building Codes, which we've been working on for, almost 2 years now. We are starting out adopting a residential green building code. We will plan to follow that up with codes for remodels and additions and for commercial buildings shortly, but wanted to start with something we could kind of get our arms around.
Now, what does that mean, a green building code for residential units?
Yes, it's
new requirements.
It's a new requirement. It's a code. It's not a voluntary program, but it is designed like the voluntary programs that you may be familiar with. Lead for Homes or the National Home Builders Association has a Green Build program. It's actually modeled after the Green Build program, where you have 6 different categories and a menu of options within those categories with points associated with each of the menu items, and a certain number of points you have to get by choosing from the menus.
In order to be green. But do you have to be green?
You will have to be green.
For new homes?
For new homes.
So give us an example. What will be required?
So you'll be required to get points in 6 different categories. The first category is project implementation and lot development. So that has to do with the selection of the site. Is it located near public transit? You can get points for that. You get points for if it's an infill site or a grayfield site. Then how the site is designed, if you're conserving natural resources on your site, if you're minimizing the slope disturbance, if you're protecting the lot and during the building construction, if you're protecting the natural resources that are on the site, if you're conserving existing vegetation, that kind of thing. You get points for different things you can do for stormwater management. And then the second section is resource efficiency. So that's things like creating an efficient floor plan where you reduce the amount of material wasted during the construction, enhancing the durability so that you reduce the amount of maintenance and so the amount of resources that are used in maintenance if you build something more durable. Reusing materials from maybe a disassembled building or using salvage materials. The third section is energy. Now, energy has 2 components. You have to get a home energy rating system index score, which is how much energy your home uses compared to a standard code building home. And you have to be 30% better at a minimum than a code building to begin with. And then in addition to that, there's additional points you have to get.
Anything for installing solar panels, for example?
Exactly. That is one of them. Now, your solar panels will also be factored into your home energy rating system. It's often called a HERS rating. So your HERS index will include the benefits of that. There are extra points for going solar because we want to encourage using natural resources or resources that don't use greenhouse gases.
So that's the third category. In all, how many different categories are there?
There are 6. So there's water efficiency after that, and then indoor environmental quality is the 5th section, and the 6th section is operation, maintenance, and sustainable practices. So if a home is built so that it could be operated in a way that is very efficient, but the homeowner is not aware of how to live in that home efficiently and effectively, then you don't derive the benefits. So having the homeowner education is separate and important.
So you have to go through an educational process to get the benefit out of what you're doing.
Right, and so part of this is developing a manual for the home that's detailed, that gives the information for that specific home.
Altogether, 6 categories, a number of points to be scored in each category. Do you have to get a minimum number in each category in order to qualify?
You do.
Is it going to be difficult for someone to build a home under these circumstances?
No, I don't think so. We've been working with builders over the last couple of years. We've been doing this, and this was written in cooperation or with the local home builders association. So it has a lot of realism factored into it. So what we found is it's not that difficult to meet it. You just have to be conscious and be thinking about these things from the beginning.
Catherine Mortimer at Santa Fe City Hall. You can read all about those new requirements on the city's website, santafenm.gov. Look for the link on the left-hand side called Sustainability. It's on the left-hand side navigation bar.